Day 1, the crash. The sky burned crimson as the escape pod tore through the atmosphere of the uncharted planet. Inside, Zara'xel, a Zenthari scientist, clutched her injured arm, her 3 violet eyes scanning the rapidly approaching terrain. Her ship, the Eclipse Chaser, had been sabotaged, betrayed by her own crew, left to die. The impact was brutal. Metal shrieked, and the pod tumbled end over end before finally skidding to a halt in a dense, mist-covered forest. Smoke curled from the wreckage as Zara'xel forced the hatch open, collapsing onto the damp soil. Her body ached, her exosuit torn, its life support systems flickering. She was alone. Day 2, survival. Zara'xel activated her wrist scanner, but the readings were scrambled. The planet's electromagnetic field interfered with her tech. She had no way to call for help. No way to know if her species would even search for her. Her stomach twisted with hunger. The Zenthari were omnivores, but she had no idea what here was safe. She found a stream and drank cautiously, then gathered strange, glowing berries. One taste, bitter but not poisonous. She ate sparingly, knowing she needed to conserve energy. As night fell, the forest came alive with eerie, echoing cries. Something moved in the shadows. Zara'xel curled into a hollow tree, clutching her plasma cutter, her only weapon. Day 3. The first sign of life. A noise startled her awake, a rhythmic crunching of leaves. Not an animal. Too deliberate. Peering through the foliage, she saw him. Human. Tall, clad in rugged survival gear, a rifle slung over his shoulder. His face was weathered, his eyes sharp. A hunter. A scout. Zara'xel hesitated. Humans were unpredictable. Some were hostile to off-worlders. But if she stayed hidden, she would die. She stepped forward, raising her hands in surrender. The man spun, rifle snapping up, then froze. His eyes widened at her alien form, her shimmering blue skin, the faint bioluminescent markings along her arms, the third eye centered on her forehead. "Don't shoot," she said in halting universal standard. A long silence. Then, slowly, he lowered his weapon. Day 4. The human's name. His name was Elias Carter, a former deep space engineer, now a recluse on this backwater world. He had seen her pod crash and tracked her. "You're lucky," he said, handing her a ration bar. "Most folks here shoot first." Zara'xel devoured the food. "Why help me?" Elias shrugged. "Not many Zenthari out this far. Figured you didn't come here by choice." She told him of the mutiny, the sabotage. He listened, then nodded. "We'll get you to the nearest comms outpost. 3 days hike." Day 5, the storm. Rain fell in sheets, turning the ground to sludge. Zara'xel's exosuit, already damaged, began failing. Her body wasn't built for this planet's humidity. She stumbled, coughing. Elias caught her. "You're burning up. My species. We regulate heat differently." He cursed, then lifted her into his arms. "There's a cave nearby." Day 6. Fever dreams. Zara'xel drifted in and out of consciousness. Visions of her homeworld, her betrayers, the cold void of space. But whenever she woke, Elias was there. He kept her hydrated, cooled her forehead with damp cloths. "Why keep helping me?" she whispered. He sighed. "Because once, someone left me to die too." Day 7, the truth. As her fever broke, Elias told her his story. He'd been part of a mining crew. When their ship malfunctioned, the captain took the last escape pod, stranding the rest. Elias survived, but he never went back. "I know what it's like," he said. "To be abandoned. Zara'xel reached out, her long fingers brushing his. Then you understand why I must return. To face them. Day 8. The outpost. They reached the comm station, a rusted, half-abandoned relay. Elias hacked the system, boosting a signal to the nearest trade route. It'll take time, he said. But someone will come. Zara'xel hesitated. And you? Will you leave with me? Elias looked away. This is my home now. Day 9 waiting. The hours dragged. Zara'xel repaired her suit as best she could. Elias taught her to hunt local game. They spoke of their worlds, their pasts. She had never met a human like him. Day 10, the attack. They came at dusk. Raiders. Scavengers who preyed on stranded travelers. Elias shoved Zara'xel behind cover as blaster fire erupted. Stay down. She wasn't defenseless. Her plasma cutter hummed to life. Together they fought. When it was over, 2 raiders lay dead. The rest fled. Elias was wounded. A deep gash on his side. Day 11, the choice. Zara'xel tended to him, using her limited medical knowledge. You're bleeding badly. We need proper aid. Elias grimaced. The outpost's medkit is empty. We'll have to wait for your ship. But what if it never came? Day 12, the signal. Crackle over the comms. Voice. This is Freighter Star's Mercy, responding to distress call. Identify. Zara'xel's heart leaped. This is Scientist Zara'xel of the Zenthari Alliance. Request immediate extraction. Oz. Then. Copy. Sending coordinates. Prepare for pickup in 6 hours. He turned to Elias. You're coming with me. He smiled weakly. Guess I don't have a choice. Day 13, salvation. The ship descended, its engines kicking up dust. Medics rushed out, loading Elias onto a stretcher. The captain, a grizzled Tarkonian, nodded at Zara'xel. You're lucky we were in range. She looked back at the planet, the place where she had been abandoned and where she had been saved. Luck had nothing to do with it, she said. As the ship ascended, she took Elias's hand. They were both free. Epilogue, a new journey. Weeks later, aboard a Zenthari vessel, Zara'xel stood before the High Tribunal, exposing the mutiny. Her betrayers were arrested. Elias, now healed, was granted asylum. What will you do now? She asked him. He grinned. Thought I might stick around. See the stars with you. And for the first time in years, Zara'xel felt something she had almost forgotten.